Please note, this podcast contains adult themes, offensive language, possible spoilers of that TV show we all love, Discovery, possible spoilers for TNG, actually guaranteed spoilers of TNG. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for missing Scrabble pieces that somehow ended up in my house.
Are you looking for a podcast that discusses the movie The Game, starring Michael Douglas, I think?
If you're looking for Sarah to fact check Haley's facts.
Oh, or are you looking for a podcast that discusses the rapper The Game?
Oh, well, this is not the podcast for you.
I'm pretty sure there's a rapper named The Game.
Sure. But he ain't here right now. It's Sarah and it's Haley, and we're here to talk to you about a little TV show we'd like to call Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh, baby. How are you? Hi.
Good. Hi.
Hi. You poured yourself a beer. I got myself a beer. It's Sunday afternoon. It's not even... What is it? It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. It's piss and rain. It's snowing in Port, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it really windy
flakes.
where you were last night?
No.
Windy? Oh, the wind was so loud. It had the same frequency as at the beginning of an earthquake. You know, that sort of like low rumble. And I thought, here we go. I don't need this. On top of everything else.
I thought there was an earthquake the other morning, but it was Brad jolting violently in bed because he was dreaming there was a spider on him. And I said, fair enough. You get a pass on that one because...
Not even mad.
Nope.
No. Oof.
Speaking of spiders, can we have a creepy spider corner for a minute? I just saw some stupid shit on Reddit about some woman who decided to let this huntsman spider just live in her house for the last year because, you know, it's better just to leave them alone because they're not going to hurt you. The thing was like this big. It kills all the bugs in her house. She named it Charlotte. Can we not burn your house down, leave that island? Don't. They're horrible, monstrous creatures that are literally out to destroy you, your family, and your family's family for generations.
So I got stuck on our creepy, which is just like a collection of creepy stories and pictures, and I don't know why. And some woman was like, "Oh yeah, I was in the crawl space, or I was above the crawl space of my new house, and so I put my phone down there to take a picture of what's in there." I almost fell back out of my chair because it was a dark concrete crawl space, and the picture that she took was just tons of these giant spiders on the ceiling of it, which was the floor, and I just...
Oh, not okay.
I
you have a crawl space
so
like that you get into from the bathroom downstairs. And Brad was in there a couple days ago, and I was like, bye. It was nice knowing you. Like, you're going to die under there. Like, you can't go under there. No. Things live under there. There was a gecko in our tub because we've got lizards everywhere.
That's cute.
Thanks to that lizard farm that the guy decided to close, let lizards go free, and now it's an invasive species that we can't destroy because Canada won't get on board with the pesticides that you need to kill them, but you can get them in the States.
Oh, well, I like them. I think they're cute.
Yeah, well, they're living in the house, like in the baseboards of the house. They're not going to damage the house, but they're like, they're in there. We sealed it up, though, pretty good.
When you're like, oh, hi, just trying to have a bath. When I was on the big island of Hawaii with my folks, there was this one little gecko guy who was always in there, and I would always get him into a little container, and I would take him out, and I would put him out with 1,000 other of his little buddies, and then, you know, I'd always come back.
Oh, that's mighty nice of you. Well, very nice of you. I'm going to open up my Trello because I know I put down some stuff for our little roundtable discussion.
But before that, sponsors.
Oh my gosh.
Do you mind if I...
Please start.
Why don't I start?
Do it.
December always brings great new releases from Fansets. But then again, what month doesn't? Right now, you can head on over to Fansets and add the following to your cart to check out, pay for, and then wait for excitedly...
Whilst holding your breath. And those items in your cart could be the Holiday 2020 pin featuring Badgie wearing his Santa hat, 7 of 9 in her brown uniform. Let's say chocolate uniform. Let's just do that. Bearded Commander Riker from TNG. They heard us because we said it. Put a beard on it. 2 different Badgie pins. One happy, one murderous. Just like us as Geminis.
Yes.
And the USS Cerritos ship pin, also from Lower Decks. And that's not all, folks. It's just a couple of weeks. In just a couple of weeks, the USS Cerritos bar logo pin will be available over at fansets.com.
Cute.
Yes.
Check out everything they have at fansets.com. Fansets, our pins have character, and I have voice modulation disorder.
and if you stick with us, we'll give you our discount code at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Or I'll forget.
So
it's rewind.
It's rewind, all in big caps.
Yeah, we'll say it again.
Caps you can think of. I'm talking wide-brimmed caps. I'm talking
feathered caps.
I'm talking wizard caps. Dunce caps.
You can use Comic Sans. You can use Times Roman or Arial font. Papyrus. Don't use the code one. It won't know that.
No.
It'll be weird.
Have you seen... Well, my life right now is back to work, only vaccines are a-coming. We're plannering on them. They are coming like tonight or tomorrow, and we got to figure out how we go from airport to arm.
Is it too much to ask that a video be released of them landing, people with shades coming off with them? I want like Michael Bay movie trailer epicness of this happening. I want a wind machine, doves, Bonnie Henry with a leather trench coat, like Matrix, but still business professional.
Yeah.
With a stethoscope because she's a doctor. You always need to have this. Let's do this.
The only problem with that is that we don't even know what plane they're on. And the people who are delivering the vaccine don't know that they're actually delivering the vaccine because there are so many threats against the vaccine that no one can really know.
This sounds like Ocean's 11, but by that, I mean Ocean's 12, where there's like the Fabergé egg, and then there's the fake Fabergé egg that they actually try and steal or whatever.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
That's crazy.
Interpol told us.
That's fascinating.
I'm like, am I Carmen Sandiego?
You
with
are.
The wide-brimmed hat? With the wide dunce hat? I just start talking about hats again. Yeah, and so like legit, we're working 7 days a week. In some cases 24/7, and we're just trying to figure out how this works out in good old British Columbia.
Well, I'm proud of you, and I've said this before, and you're working so hard, and the people can't see this, but you look fantastic. You look gorgeous. You're working 30 times way more than I am. And you look way better. This is not true. Letting myself go. I'm happy for it. I haven't done shit today but play that fucking video game. Like, you're doing it, and I'm so proud of you. The province is proud of you.
Thanks.
When are you going to get your big medal from Victor Garber at a dinner? That's all the celebrities that can. It's you, Catherine O'Hara, Victor Garber, Bonnie Henry, and another great Canadian. Can we get David Suzuki in there and the ghost of Alex Trebek? Let's do this.
Love it. So another thing that's happening at work is we're coming up to a holiday Christmas party, but like, of course, it's all virtual. Right? And so one of the things that we had to do was 2 truths and a lie. And I was like, I don't know. I know. I was like, but I'm so bad at lying. And so my 2 truths and a lie were, in no particular order, I have been to 6 Star Trek conventions. I have been in a film written and directed by William Shatner. And what's the other one? How would you know? Anyway, all to say, the lie is that I've been to 7 Star Trek conventions, not 6.
I love it. It's so sneaky.
There's another nerd one. I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, and so it's going to be like 2 hours of that or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the last year that we had one was the potluck brunch where the Secret Santa gifts came out, and there were things that included the cigarette lighter iPod charger unboxed, 3 incense sticks, women's socks, paprika, and a 3D puzzle of 3 wolves.
Oh.
I know, that one was like, okay.
That sounds great.
But it was just like such a range of the shittiest gifts. And I just remember thinking like, get me the fuck out of here. And I remember it was another 2 hours and I was like, you know what? I have a meeting actually. And then everyone was like, me too.
You know what that party needed? Tim Allen as the Santa Claus to show up, because I just watched the Santa Claus 2 and he goes to a staff party and he does Secret Santa for everyone and it's gifts from their childhood and they had a marvelous time.
Oh.
So maybe you guys should look into getting Tim Allen to show up next time and just rock the house.
We can't do it.
I wish I could remember the theme song from that horrid show.
Home improvement.
Home improvement. Home improvement. Home improvement.
I don't know.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It was instrumental, I think. Yeah, that show was a show.
Remember it had JTT. Yeah.
Jinx. Oh my God, you still like him too?
We were watching a bunch of SNL. Oh yeah, I know. I don't want to don't ruin my childhood. We were just watching a bunch of SNL commercials and digital shorts and stuff, and the one where it's all the girls singing like, let's do it in my twin bed.
Yes.
And then there's like all these posters that I used to have, like Zach Morris and
Teeny Bopper.
I never really liked Devin Sawa, but there you go. He was
Tiger Beat.
Yes.
Oh,
I was like, what are all these feelings?
It's amazing. Speaking of feelings, I have not stopped listening to that goddamn podcast with Theo Rossi and Canada's legend, Kim Coates. I am obsessed.
Is it awesome?
It's so many feelings coming back and so many memories of, I got to watch the show again. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Sons of Anarchy is a show that is as close to our hearts as Star Trek. We should do a Sons of Anarchy podcast at this point, for fuck's sakes. And Two of the Stars are doing some reviews. They're starting with the first 3 seasons because they'll self-admit, I'd never seen some of these episodes. I have no idea what's going on. And it's just the two of them talking like, I don't remember this. Why are we doing this? I remember that good old Ron did that because he hated riding that bike. And look how good I look. And it's so funny. It's so funny.
I love that show. And it was such a huge part of our lives for so long, like arguably had just as much of an impact on us as Star Trek.
Absolutely.
It's terrifying, actually. I just threw a
terrifying.
Oh
God, what a good podcast.
So good.
Theory.
I can't wait to listen. And are you listening or watching?
I'm listening right now, but I would like to watch.
Yeah.
Because they're adorable. Yeah. And yeah. I mean, I was really enjoying for a while there the Office podcast or the Office Ladies, but I stopped listening to it. And it's
did it get boring?
I just lost interest for a little while. So I kind of stopped. I go through waves of podcasts. Like I don't commute anymore, so I can't listen while I'm working because I'm focusing on work. So it's a dog walking thing, and this one's just so good that I'm like listening to it while I'm like crafting or I'm like cleaning the house. I'll have my headphones on. So
do you ever amazing. LOL? Love out loud? Oh, yeah.
Love out loud, laugh out loud.
Nice.
Linoleum out loud. Lemons of love. Little old lady.
I'm good at that.
What else? Well, that was from ER. When they had their little board about all these different things. LOL was little lady.
Oh.
LOL and Curtain 5.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah.
What else you got going on?
Oh, I feel like there's something important. No, I don't think so. It'll come to me. Wait, no.
This is the last episode of the year. This is our last episode.
I can't believe what a year it's been, too. And this podcast has helped me feel happy, feel connected to you, feel connected to people who listen to it. And miss you.
I miss you.
I found my $100 bargain banker gift card. So when this is all done, I also saw AJ outside, but I didn't want to say like, "Hey, remember me?"
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
2020 was a year, and you know what? People did not tune into this to listen to us bitch about how horrible 2020 was. You didn't pour a drink to unwind by listening to us bitch. So I'm going to say, fuck you, 2020. I'm going to talk about some of the good shit that happened in 2020. Like, ooh. I turned 40 and looked fucking fabulous doing it. So, suck it, 2020. I went back to school. Motherfuckers took that travel money and put it into tuition. Suck it, 2020. Lower Decks and Disco were on TV, and it's been awesome. Suck it, 2020. My job got good. Point for Sarah. We had a blast doing this podcast and hopefully brought smiles to people's faces. Another point for us. My dreams of working from home came true. Another point for Sarah. Suck it, 2020. I win. All the points came to me. So, that's all I gotta say. But in all seriousness, having this podcast, this connection with you, Haley, and all of you online has been fantastic. And I can't wait to sail into 2021 and 2022 doing more of it. Yeah. So coming in 2021, we will podcast topless. Like nobody can see us anyways. So yeah, it's not even funny. Let me ask you a couple of things though, real quick, Haley. One, sure. Have you listened? Oh, you know what? We already talked about this. Have you listened to any of the reviews? You're not yet. You're going to listen to Sons of Anarchy at some point.
Yeah, I will.
It's on your list.
Okay.
And also, I'm a little bit Alexis. I finished the series.
Oh, I haven't finished it, so don't tell me. No, I know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Because as you know, and I can't remember if I've already told the fans this yet, Forensic Files is gone as of December 31st. So what the fuck am I supposed to watch on Netflix now?
A different forensic show.
They're not the same. Anarchy.
Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek's finale was fantastic, but them going into space was not something I expected.
I have to now. Yeah, anyway.
Oh, you paused when I said my joke.
I missed it. I'm going to do it again.
Oh, I was going to say I wasn't expecting the finale of Schitt's Creek for them to go into space.
Oh, space boots.
Space boots. Boots on the moon. Space Force. They've got recruits. Fuck. You guys in the U.S. are nutty. I love you, but you guys are nutty. Oh, Space Force, space, sparse, fast.
People don't know about ATAM, and they can't know.
I thought, okay, so we're switching up this podcast a little bit because we're kind of like, as you can tell, we've gotten rid of, well, no, it's fine.
Kind of like,
It's kind of like sometimes I don't have time to put some work into it. So we got rid of Creepy Corner because we've told our creepy stories and it started to become weird. And we're kind of getting rid of Rewind at the end because there's only so much we can talk about looking back on our pasts before it gets depressing and weird. So we're just kind of like sticking to this fun stuff in the episodes. But because this episode is reviewing The Game, I had some questions where I was going to ask you what some of your favorite, like, what are your 3 favorite video games?
Ooh, okay. So I'm kind of I'm okay. So my favorite video games are like side scrollers mostly. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Excuse me. I also really enjoy Super Mario Kart.
Oh.
And then, okay, here's one for you. Trauma Center Second Opinion. It's a Nintendo Wii game, and you need the nunchuck and the joystick, and you basically perform surgeries on people. I've lost a lot of patience.
Oh God, I put Mario Kart for mine too.
Which
N64.
Mario? Okay, so
Rainbow Road.
N64 is also good. Have you ever played Double Dash?
No.
It's Mario Kart Double Dash, where you double up your teammate, and you can switch off. So you could be Peach, but have Donkey Kong on your back and like switch.
What? What platform is this? Wii?
No, it's GameCube, but you can play it on your Wii.
Wow.
And you can play N64 on Wii as well. I also just like Super Mario Kart, like the original. Mm-hmm. And if we're going N64 games, I mean, it's obviously GoldenEye. Let's be honest.
Let's be real.
I just shoot open every bathroom stall in the facility.
Oh, I just stand in the corner trying to figure out how to turn around. I also put Bejeweled Blitz and Frogger as my games.
Frogger stresses me out.
Just hearing that music makes me like
anxious.
Get tense, yeah. 3 favorite card games, go.
Card games. So I just like the normal one, War, where you just, eat.
What is it good for?
playing for an hour and a half.
Say it again.
Are these just card games like a deck of cards or card-based games like Uno?
Sure, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. It's our fucking podcast.
Yeah, truth. I also enjoy Phase 10. I also enjoy a game called Bean Bonanza.
Wow.
Where you're a farmer and you grow beans and you trade beans.
That sounds amazing.
It's wholesome. It's full of fiber.
And here I was just putting things like Rummy, Texas Hold'em, Texas No One to Fold 'em.
I never learned poker, and I don't want to be like Crazy Eights and Old Maid and Go Fish, because those are the other ones that I enjoy.
52 pickup. How about board games? You got some favorite board games?
Life. I like checkers, and I'll tell you what I don't like, Monopoly, because I don't ever sell any of my properties, and I always end up losing.
I put Monopoly as one of my favorites. I like Monopoly because it can go forever, so you're forced to have friends to stay at your house. Scrabble and Scattergories.
Oh, nice. I also like Catan, as in Settlers of. I've learned how to play that, and it's quite enjoyable. And same thing, my approach is I want the longest road, and that's I often lose because I don't pay attention to anything else. I just want the longest road. Anyway, those are good questions. Games are fun, dude.
I was going to get deeper and ask questions like, if you could be a video game character, who would it be? Or what world of video games would you live in? But I couldn't think of answers. I was I don't know. I don't want to look like Donkey Kong.
No.
Sonic? I want to look like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, but live in Silent Hill. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, if you were Lara Croft, your cans would be like triangles, like a square. It's not right.
You'd push right through any brassiere that you tried to purchase.
Oh, don't even bother.
Don't even bother. So we watched the game. We were so excited that we're doing this podcast earlier than we normally would have, because we were just like, I can't wait to watch that fucking game. Yeah. And we watched it, and I did it. Did I do a synopsis? I did a synopsis.
I sure hope so.
It's long. Here I go. This is the first thing I wrote in all caps locks. I hate her. I hate everything about this woman who's being so desperate and horrid with our Riker. Nope. I'm turning off this episode. Who fucking plays keep away with a human man? I understand with your pet dog, but this is the worst. Also the worst, she has a literal butt head. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. This game looks boring, but if Riker wanted to play it with me, I'm sure I could manage. Okay, here we go. Riker is back from vacation and already complaining. Don't be that employee. No one wants to hear it. You just had a vacation. Leffler, you know her? Of course, he says. Like creepy elevator eyes, but so welcomed. Hint, hint. Mission specialist. Well, that's a fancy name. So anyway, Riker wants to share the game with Geordi, who is super focused on his job, as one should be. And now Riker is in 10 forward. My favorite spot on the ship, if we're being honest. Troy is indulging in a sundae that looks so good I could cry right now, and gets really descriptive with how she eats it. And to be honest, in the time she spent talking, I'd have eaten the whole thing and given myself not only an ice cream headache, but a tummy ache. After Troy has had her chocolate orgasm, Riker tells her about the game. Oh my God, it's Joe O'Brien. Oh, and he's adorable and so young in this. Wesley's there also. He's 2 minutes on the ship and already making demands. But wait. It's a surprise! Worf interrupts Geordi with cake. He made himself? Say what? He bakes? He is perfect. Troy hits on him, which is creepy, and Geordi asks for tips with women. It's just a typical welcome home for Wesley. So Wesley and Data talk about pranks at the academy. It sounds horrible. Has the future not gotten rid of this hideous tradition? Wesley is now in engineering. His vacation is spent working. Oh, how that will change. Leffler is up in his business, making recommendations, and it's great. She's showing him how it's done and sharing all her laws. Wesley has no game, and his neutrinos started to drift. That's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. All right, Data's stressing out, bugging Geordi, and he's all snippy, which is adorable. And now Data is off to sickbay. Never a dull moment, hey Data? But wait. Crusher is suddenly a total badass crack addict, and she's turned off Data? Now that's a Star Trek. She's opened his head, and her, Troy, and Riker are now bad guys? Love it. Wesley's hair is not rad, and he's sucking up to the captain while having tea. Captain Picard is as cool as fuck. Just like sitting there, having his tea, being the boss, doing his thing. And Then he's talking about carving initials AF into a tree. What a nerd.
Anal fissure.
Dr. Crusher has called in Picard to lie about Data. Geordi's one friend. This is so sad. And now that he's down, Riker is going to lure him into his drug game gang. Wesley and Leffler are in engineering, and she's talking about her rules of life, her 102 laws. Nerd. Love it. She is flirting and talking about how she knows all about him. Oh, how they have a dinner date. Oh, he's growing up so fast. Now they are at the Phoenix Cluster, which makes me think of Harry Potter. Wesley walks in on his mom playing her game and panting. It is so awkward. She tells him the game is for him, and he's super sketched out. The way she puts her arm around Wesley is awkward and weird. She's all airy and like high, and it's super uncomfortable. She's pressuring him to play the game, and he kicks her out of his room so he can musk up for his date. He is very perplexed by this whole game. Date night. She's wearing a lot of salmon, and his drink is the same color as her outfit. Question. Why is he wearing a communicator badge and she's not? The topic of the game has come up, and now they're trying to figure it out. Some woman is zoned out playing, and it's super creepy and strange. They think it's a fad, and now they've teamed up to figure out how it works. Apparently, the game affects the frontal lobe. No shock there. It's targeting the pleasure center of the brain, and it's addictive. The love couple are feeling concerned, and Wesley wants to tell the captain. So he rats on the people playing the game to the captain and says it's addictive. I know where this is going. Serious conversation, hope for a fix, and then bam, the captain has the game too. He's hooked on it. It's like Breaking Bad up in the sky. Now everyone is playing the game and wearing it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Chief O'Brien is trying to get others to play, and the kids are stressed out about trying to be forced. Wait, is this like a metaphor for drugs?
No.
They're holding hands as they leave to find Data. How do you feel about this, Haley?
I don't want to. Oh, hey, your laundry's done.
It is.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, go ahead.
So the kids
I'll tell you how I feel about things after.
Okay. The kids are trying to fix Data now. His positronic net has been severed. Only two could do that. LaForge and Beverly, the dancing doctor. What if the game is not just about pleasure? Good question, Wesley. Cue the music. Dun, dun, dun. The captain gives orders about the game. Everyone is zombie-like, and frankly, I'm all for it. They're so chill. Beverly, with Worf, goes to find Wes and make sure he's playing, and he is with his girlfriend, but it's totally fake, and they're heavy breathing like two folks who have never experienced pleasure before. It's quite awkward. And they're going to save the day by wearing fake games. Law 91, always watch your back. Yeah, Wesley, watch your back. The vessel is approaching, and the woman in the ship, it's Butthead. She's a bad guy. I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. She's what some would call a femme fatale. She's telling Riker to spread the game around to other ships. Troy, LaForge are to go to the starbase and spread it around to other ships, and Picard says they'll spread it around to Starfleet Academy too. She's all about it. She's trying to take over the entire Federation with a game. The nerve! Wesley rushes to engineering to do his tricks, and then we see it. Leffler has been playing the game. Now Robin and Worf and Riker are chasing him. It's my dream day on the job at engineering, to be frank. Wesley beams away from the senior officers, leaving his badge, and Picard is on it. The doctor is embarrassed that her son is such a dork. Geordi tells Picard where to find the little snit, and they try and seal the decks. But Wesley, the boy wonder, has it all figured out. Security just can't catch him. He's too smart. Or is he? Two mustards try and find him, and they only find a phaser shooting at the beam. They turn it off. Worf and Riker reconvene. Wesley jumps and crawls, and Haley is beside herself, I'm sure. Uh-oh. Worf is in the Jeffries tubes. This is a fan fiction that needs to be written. Oh, and Riker is there too. Now we're talking. It's so hot. This is also hot. He's dragged to the bridge, put in the captain's chair, and they force the game onto his face. They force his eyes open. It's total Clockwork Orange vibe, and he plays level 1 and gives in. But in walks Data with a strobe light from Spencer Gifts. It's the cure. That was easy. Everyone has headaches, and a tractor beam is engaged, and I am shocked that Worf gave into anything fun and then played the game, and that the game worked over Geordi's visor. The alien vessel contacts them, and Picard gives her the news. You failed. We win. You suck. Thanks for the sex, adds Riker. Data, we killed you. No, Wesley, I fixed him because it's my episode. Data says he's fixed everyone by putting the light into the computers, and they will just sweep this under the rug for now because it's embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
And Wesley's back to school now, but first he has to kiss Robin. Don't milk Haley. What's the age difference here? Now I have to look it up. He's 19 and she's 23. Fun fact. And then he leaves and that's the end. Bye.
Bye. Good.
What an episode.
I was so excited to watch it. It's a classic TNG episode.
Oh, fuck. It's got everything.
It does. So my thoughts?
Oh, tell me.
Okay, so first of all, when Riker was on Risa with that chick, he should have backhanded her for throwing his communicator badge out the window. Like, you don't fool around with that kind of stuff.
But like backhanded in a sexy way that we no way condone the abuse of humans.
No, of course.
But she had a butt head, so maybe she was asking for it.
That's true. Just smack her on the butt. And then John's like, is she a prostitute? And I said, she's not a prostitute. He was like, what's Risa? And I was like, oh man. Anyway.
We'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah. Riker and I have something in common. We don't like fudge. I think this is because when I was younger, I spent a lot of my time sneaking corn syrup and making fudge sauce in the microwave. I think I ate a lifetime's worth of sweet stuff in about 4 years. And this is true because like I used to come home because I was like, not a latchkey kid, but like my parents worked and I came home after school and I did chores. But I would immediately go to the pantry and just like, that like yellow corn syrup bottle, and I would just like like it was so gross. I'm surprised.
Gross.
I know. Anyway, now I do that with like
vinegar. I'd understand it's you, but
what I want to know is why Riker is pushing the game on everyone. Is it some sort of multi-level marketing scam or triangle of opportunity, as Michael Scott might say? Hello, Wesley. Nice surprise. I like how the senior folks are on the bridge in the observation lounge, and he asks Miles if he can go and say hi, and then Worf is like, yeah, I guess. And then Wesley shows up and the lights are out, and then they surprise him. Like, what a shitty surprise. He probably thought he had gone blind. What did Wesley do to the guy who mudded him in the sonic shower? Because remember, he was like, oh, I got back at him. I'm like, wonder what he did. And John's like, he spaced him. Back off, Ashley Judd. Now I'm at the point of if I ever meet Will Wheaton, I'll just give him the cold shoulder because I'm all mad.
I will not have dinner with you on the Space Needle like I did Josh Groban.
I know. You will not sing for me and then pay and everyone will clap. Okay, so why wouldn't the team want Data to be part of their pyramid scheme? Like, first he could overpower everyone, like no problemo, and then he can put the game on them, and then people can put those discs in those tubes.
Yeah, I just think that Brent needed a day off.
Fair enough, but then, like, wasn't there an episode we watched recently where Beverly didn't even have one line?
Yeah. But she's a woman, and it was the 90s, so
true. Nobody
gave a shit about us still.
I know that this is
womp womp. They still don't. We still have to fight just to get paid.
I know this is part of our fast facts, but when Wesley and Picard were having their tea and Picard put milk in his tea, I thought, wait. What is going on?
Okay, what do you put in your tea? Like, let's say you're having either a lady or an Earl Grey. What are you going to do with that?
I put milk in. And if I'm for some reason doing like no dairy, then I'll put a lemon wedge in.
Okay.
You?
I put a pack of stevia and unsweetened vanilla almond milk.
Oh yeah, that's right. That sounds good.
I bought, sorry, this is off topic, but coconut milk, but like eggnog coconut milk I got today at.
Is it good?
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. I saw it and I was like, it fell into the cart, followed me home.
Shit happens. Mm-hmm. I bought regular eggnog and put it in my coffee, and it's so good. Mm-hmm. Riker is such a player. He obviously loves Troy so much, but he doesn't want to give up his career for her, even though they live on the same ship. Like,
I don't get it. And I think that if I had been Troy living on that ship, I would have like made him weep. It took her like how many seasons before she started screwing around with Worf? I would have just gone through all of them just to piss off Riker. I want to make sure I have quarters right next to his so he can hear everything.
That's right.
And yeah, just total brain games in the future. Women have not gotten any better about the way we do that. We mind fuck everybody.
It's not a good scene.
No.
I don't think I would like to play this game in public. I already make enough weird faces and noises. I was thinking about it, and I was wondering if you liked this episode because it was the kids who solved the problem. And when I was watching it as a kid, I remember thinking how awesome it would be to have like a VR kind of game like that. I'm also curious about how Geordi played the game. They never got into that. They didn't show him using the game. Like, did he? How? Also, how is the ship even functioning? Because no one was doing their jobs.
I know.
And then finally, I just hope that they had a debrief with lessons learned about security on the ship, because Riker shouldn't have come back from Risa and been like, hey, everyone try this, without them even scanning it first.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like really surprised that the captain or Worf fell for it, because the captain is the captain. He's always a very good captain. And Worf doesn't like to do anything fun. Obviously, I was wrong though, because he fucking baked a goddamn cake for Wesley.
I know. So
like weird. For Wesley? I'm sorry, what? Since when did he give a shit about the kid? He doesn't even like his own kid. He's the worst father.
I know.
Oh, and he baked him a fucking cake? What kind of cake? Did it have, was it a cellular peptide cake with mint frosting?
Close. He didn't explain what cake it was. I wasn't listening though.
I enjoyed this episode. I had fun watching it. I was excited to watch it. It didn't disappoint. It was great. And and that's all there is to say about it. If you need to just sit down and take a hot 5 because life is hard, put this episode on. Yell if you don't like Wesley, have a couple of beers and yell at the TV at him and say rude things. Find a way to make it fun for you. That's what I have to say.
There you go.
All right. So, would you rather? You ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather be the irresponsible asshat on vacation that brought this game to the ship, or the ensign that almost saved the day but was overshadowed by Wesley?
Oh, no. I'll do almost save the day because I don't want to be responsible for bringing something aboard and then being associated with that.
Yeah. And that's another like dig at the women. Can we all admit that Leffler had a huge part in the fixing of this issue and nobody said boo because it was Wonder Kid Wesley? Fuck that. It's bullshit. Nope. Yeah, I would have rather been the person who like didn't get the credit for saving the day because we work
for government. It already is that way.
Here's another question. How would you make Worf or convince Worf to play this game?
I think it would have to be like you know what's so funny? Like I would be deceptive immediately. I wouldn't be like, here's a game, because he would be like, I'm not concerned with things of that nature.
He's British suddenly.
And also a bit Palpatine.
So James Earl Jones is now playing the role. And
I think I would say like that it was either a new security device for scanning things without using a phaser, so like hands-off scanning, or I would like come up behind him and be like, and put it on and then be like, no, it's cool. Anyway, what would you do?
I don't know. I'd probably like lie to him and say that it's like a bat-left training thing. Or I'd like spend hours of my free time like making a fake like Klingon infomercial that this is the newest product on Kronos that he's got to have. And
Kronos. Yeah.
Call now and get another one free.
Oh my God. It's so funny that we would both just lie to make him use it.
I know. So, see it or skip it. Let's see what the guys had said. Dan said, see it. He said, I love this episode. Just a great idea. And I think more than anything in the world, I want this game. Ooh. Plus, Ashley Judd is cute. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, she did look banging.
She's adorable. Double Jeopardy.
Love
Tommy Lee Jones. Can we talk a little bit about Tommy Lee Jones?
You know what? You can have him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Between The Fugitive and that, love him. Bill said this episode bores me, and I just don't think it was written very well. So you know what? Fuck you.
Oh,
and you're stalking. I said see it on repeat. Just do it.
Yeah, I agree. See it. I was excited to see it. When it came time to see it, I saw it. I'd see it again.
We did it. Okay, we got some fast facts.
Fast facts.
This was the first episode to air after Gene Roddenberry's death on the 24th of October, 1991.
I wonder if they chose this one or if it was just in the
came that way,
yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Well, though Molly O'Brien was born in the previous episode Star Trek The Next Generation Disaster, 1991, she is first named in this episode.
This was Ashley Judd's first on-screen kiss.
Oh, bitch. I mean,
good for you.
This episode is one of the only times Captain Picard adds milk to his tea. And we're just assuming it's milk. I mean, it could be vanilla almond milk. It could be coconut eggnog.
Deep thoughts.
You just look so unimpressed.
I was trying to think of something funny and I had nothing. The blue-gray shirt that Wesley wore was auctioned off in an online auction, and Haley won it. Hey, do you still have it?
I'm wearing it right now. You know what? I was thinking I like that, and I would like to wear that. But I'm not a size double XXS.
Not with those cans.
He's so teeny tiny too.
I know.
Thanks for the cans comment. Wesley's small hand phaser on the wooden hallway railing has the phaser firing slightly to the right. But when he sees it firing at a wider angel shot, thanks Sarah, at the force field, it's firing all the way to the right corner, indicating a completely different positioning other than the one that Wesley left it at.
In my defense, I copied and pasted this from Internet Movie Database, so somebody else made that error.
It's what I really liked about that scene was when he had left the phaser shooting, and then the two security guys, or mustards, oh, who's at the door? Do you have Amazon stuff? Do you need to go check?
I have no idea. Brad's getting the door. Hold on.
Okay, let's
listen.
Was it?
Must have been a delivery. I wonder what it is. Ooh, I should check my email. Thought I can do that right now.
Do it. So I thought it was funny when the two mustards came in and they were like, what? Like, I know it took two of them. Wait, he's not here, but the like
dark magic, right?
I know. Oh my God. Little baby phaser.
After Wesley sets the phaser to automatically fire repeatedly on the force field, the main bridge is alerted to his presence on deck 6 and dispatches security teams to that deck. However, in the very next shot, Wesley is walking towards a turbo lift, which is labeled as being on deck 7, not deck 6. Not deck 6. God damn it.
God, figure it out. Since the game uses a visual interface and works through the eye and optic nerve, Geordi should have been immune to its effects. Since his eyes and optic nerves don't work, and the game could not have been altered to work through his visor. Yeah.
Big fuck up there. Come on, guys.
Like, at least... They could have at least knocked him out.
Just kill him off. What a dark episode. Oh, Jesus. After Data uses a palm beacon to snap the bridge crew out of the game's effect at the end, he orders Worf to capture the alien ship with the tractor beam and raise the shields. However, the Enterprise cannot do both, as the shields would interfere with the tractor beam. Data should know this. Demoted. Back to Ensign. He's broken. Fix that positronic net.
Another thing, he just comes in raring with that palm beacon, and I'm like, I hope no one watching this has epilepsy.
Let's be honest. Or can you have a disclaimer, please?
Yeah, or like secret epilepsy that you didn't know you had. When Wesley Crusher arrives on the Enterprise, he soon enters the room where the crew is waiting for him. When Wesley is inside, the door is closing and he can't see a thing. He did not know that he was going to be surprised, so logic would dictate he would ask the computer to turn on the lights or the lights should go on automatically. Again, shitty surprise.
Awkward.
Wasn't that a dumb surprise? They're bad at surprises.
Like, let's be honest. Who of these people really give a shit? If it was the captain's kid, I'd understand you feel obligated to like the boss's kid, but it's the doctor.
I know.
Ugh. Anyway, when Wesley is captured and pinned to the captain's chair so that Picard can force the game on him, he squeezes his eyes shut. Riker forces them open, but Wesley still manages to casually blink.
I felt like the game was also very dangerous for people to be able to be walking around and playing that. And I also wondered if it was a drug thing or if it's like you can compare it to our phones now and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. All in all, who gives a shit? It was fun. What are we going to do next?
Well, it'll be in the new year, right?
Mm-hmm. How do we want to start the new year off? I have a suggestion, but I want to hear your ideas first.
Okay. We want to okay, you know what I think we need to do? And I don't know if we have time for this, but for the Patreons, why don't we do a 2-parter? So we could do a part 1. Okay, we don't have time for this. Cut this all out. I was thinking of doing a 2-parter and then like we release one and then release the next one like very soon after for the Patreons, and then the other people wouldn't get them until like late January, but I don't know. No. Done?
I was thinking of doing a 2-parter.
Spinach dip.
But I was thinking like we just do like a really long episode. We watch both episodes because I had two-parters in mind, and both of them are so good that I would want to watch both of them, which would be of course the Best of Both Worlds.
Yes.
I love. Yep. And Chain of Command, because you get Picard's butt and you get the sexy Cardassians. So which one do we want to do?
Merry Christmas, Chain of Command.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho? Yeah. Angelico? Or whatever his name is, he comes in.
Angelico.
Fuck. Oh, yeah. It's so good. So good.
Let's do that, and let's make it a whole thing.
Welcome to 2021. Hours. It's a 5-hour episode of fucking Rewind.
Yeah.
Get yourself a case of beer, sit down, black out, tell your family you'll see them tomorrow. You're listening to us. You're hanging out. We're going to do it. Treat yourself.
Let's make it an afternoon thing. We can talk about Christmas and all the weirdness and all the vaccine stuff that'll have happened between now and then. And
oh my God, it's going to be great.
Treat ourselves to such a good 2-parter. I love that idea.
I think that is the way to go.
Cool.
We have lots of time. We do. We have the rest of the year to watch these episodes. You know what, folks? It's the 13th of December. Let's see if we can't kick this out to you for like the 8th or like the 7th or the 14th of January. You know, early to mid-January, we'll get this out. I think that's fair. We're going to take our holiday break. We've earned it. You've earned it. You don't want to listen to us.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually afraid to go back and listen to like our first episodes where a couple of them.
I was pretty good about editing, so we didn't say anything too stupid. Yikes. Because there's been some stuff.
You're like texting me. Should I cut blah, blah, blah?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All the stuff that even Patreon doesn't get to hear.
Yikes.
Nasty.
You did. To Garden Banker and listen to us behind our
oh my God. Remember when we used to go to pubs, and remember when we used to have lives outside of our houses? Well, you do. You still go to work, and
you still that's not It's, and with Christmas coming up, you know, there's no craft fairs, and I'm getting emails from people who craft, and they're like, why can't we have craft fairs if you can have food markets? And I'm like, I'm sorry, like it sucks. I'm sorry that it sucks. It sucks for everybody.
My friend came over yesterday with a mask on to shop my jewelry, and they bought a bunch of stuff for Christmas gifts, and then they left. And it was as simple as that. Just come in with a mask. Don't touch me. Leave. E-transfer. Done. That was the most excitement that I've had in ages. It's the first person that's been by the house in forever, but it was like, oh God, it's the only way to do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll get through. I think by the summer time.
Maybe. I know it's not going to happen. Like between you and me, we know it's not going to happen. But Vancouver's going to have a Creation Entertainment Star Trek event with your hunks of the month, fucking Shazad, and like all these great people are going to be there. And I am 90% sure it's not going to happen. But there's 10% of me that wants to hold on to a little bit of hope that you never know what could happen. And it's nice to be positive, to put that out into the universe as opposed to negative. So
I agree. Yeah, I have nothing wrong with being optimistic about something.
Mm-hmm.
In the worst case scenario, stop. We didn't talk about disco.
Oh, I haven't watched the most recent episode, and I've got to watch it because I have to record at 5:00 today.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. No, watch it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
It's
good.
a 2-parter, right?
Yeah.
Terra Prime or something it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you like it. I think.
Oh, I'm sure I will. It's been such a great show up until now. So
yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Okay.
Or else I'll be busted.
Yeah. I have to go to work.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's good to see you. You look beautiful. Yeah. I miss you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
This will be coming out in a couple of days.
Sounds good. Sorry about all the burps, everyone.
They love it.
It's the beer.
It makes sense. Happens every day.
Oh, I had a pot drink yesterday.
What?
A marijuana, a THC, CBD, dry grapefruit soda. I didn't notice anything, and so I went and I smoked some pot instead, and I was like, I noticed that, and I was like, give me all the popcorn now.
9 bags.
But like, if I can replace sometimes drinking alcohol with drinking cannabis for like a thing like this, it was 20 calories versus like 120 calories. And also, like whatever. Like whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my exciting news.
I love it. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm starving. I haven't had lunch.
Go eat some of that soup. I had some soup. That's what
I'm having that buffalo dip now.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, love you, girl.
Bye. Oh, we didn't do our closing. Thanks, everybody. If you like this and you want to hear more, go to trekgeeks.com and check us out. Check us, everybody else out. And if you can join up on Patreon, you get extra shit like we talked about earlier. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month and you get fun stuff and whatever. Thank you to Bill and Dan for putting up with us. Thanks to the people who listen. Thank you to 5 Year Mission for the music. Head on over to fansets.com and get yourself a Christmas tree. 15% off. Use all caps rewind. And I just knocked over something almost in my nook. You can find us on Twitter at Trek Rewind. That's me. I run it and it's fun and I love y'all. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
See you in the new year. Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye. To infinity and beyond.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Music for Rewind is provided by 5 Year Mission. They're writing an original song for each episode of Star Trek. Hear more of their music at 5yearmission.net. Rewind is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
Coconut.